Hey, what's going on, guys? JTK here. Welcome back to another video. In this one today, we're going to be doing the top 10 power-ups in all of Call of Duty Zombies. Now, for this one, we're not going to have any specific criteria and whatnot because power-ups, they're pretty straightforward. There's nothing really special that brings them up above others and whatnot. It's just one's obviously going to be more important than the other. So, with this ranking, it's going to be pretty much just personal bias. And yeah, if you guys do enjoy, definitely leave a like, subscribe, do all that. You already know what to do. And I have nothing much else to say, so let's just jump right into it. Alright, now coming into our number 10 spot, this is going to be the Nuke from pretty much every single game, like I said. And the Nuke, it's very niche power-up, really. When you need it, it's kind of whatever, but then when you don't need it, it can just be in the way most of the time. Like, obviously, in the early rounds, you're not going to be picking up a Nuke because it could just end the round, slow down the spawns even, and give you a lot less points. But in the later rounds, it can be helpful to just pick up if you need to revive your teammates. And overall, a power-up that I really enjoy, but not one that I'm going to be picking up every single time. So for that, can't really place it higher, so it's going to be at number 10. Now, coming in next for our number 9 spot, this is going to be the bonus points or the blood money power-up. Just in general, specifically the one that you get from the Gobblegum or the one that you'd get from Zetsubo when you get that level 3 plant with the blue water, and then you can just pick that up and it gives you a lot of points. I'm talking about the ones that are like over 500, close to 1,000, 1,250 if you're using the Gobblegum. Not so much the one on Origins. The one on Origins only gives you like 50 points, which is a little lame, but it still is points, just free points. You're never going to complain when you see a bonus points, but you're never going to be like happy cheering in your seat whenever you see one either. So not really a bad power-up, but never in a case where you're not going to pick it up. So for that, I'm going to put it above the Nuke at number 9. Now, coming up next at our number 8 spot, we have the Insta Kill. Now, with the Insta Kill, it's a very niche perk again, like the Nuke in a way, where on the very, very later rounds, it can be very useful to kind of skip the rounds a lot faster because you can use anything to just kill all the zombies. I do find more of a use on the early rounds as well, though, especially when you pair it with double points. You can instantly just get all of those kills with the melee and just get a ton of points racked up. So there's never a bad time to pick up Insta Kill, and in the later rounds, it can be very helpful. So for that, I am going to be putting it just right above the Nuke and bonus points at number 8. Now, coming up at our next spot, this is going to be a BO4 Cold War Vanguard exclusive. This is going to be the full power-up. And this one, what it pretty much does is that when you pick it up, it pretty much recharges your specialist ability almost instantly. Very helpful in a game like Black Ops 4, where the specialist weapon can be literally the difference between life and death. On other games, though, it still is very useful. I think it's on Vanguard, I'm not entirely sure, but regardless, it would still be very useful on that game too, because it is the same specialist abilities from Cold War and whatnot. But full power, it is just a thing, again, where you're never going to be super happy when you get it, but it is really, really good to pick up, especially when you're fully drained on your specialist or you're using it current in action. So for that, I'm going to be placing it at the number 7 spot. Alright, now coming in for our number 6 spot, we have double points. Now, double points, it's, again, like most of these power-ups, it's going to be one of those where you kind of just pick it up on the early rounds. It's very useful in the early rounds, but towards the later rounds, you're not going to be really wanting a double points. You're probably going to be wanting something else, maybe like a max ammo, an Insta Kill, even a Nuke. But double points on the early rounds is definitely one of the best power-ups that you can pick up. It obviously does exactly what it says, double the points that you can get. So all your melees are now giving you like 260, which is quite a ton. But other than that, though, like I said, very useful in the early rounds, not so much in the later. So for that, I can't place it much higher. Now, coming in for our number 5 spot, this is going to be the Minigun, specifically the Black Ops 3 version. I'm going to break my rule that I said at the beginning of the video with trying to keep the power-ups original for just this one specifically, because the Black Ops 3 version, in my opinion, is just so much different and better compared to the Black Ops 1. Black Ops 3's version, you can put it away if you don't want to use it. You can also just use it whenever you want on any round, because it always is going to do enough damage to kill the zombies. And it's also very useful in boss fights and anything else that you need. Just whenever you're just in a tough situation, the minigun is always going to be the best power-up you could probably spawn or have. Now, coming in for our number 4 spot, this is going to be the classic Fire Sale. Now we're getting into like the really good ones that are going to be great no matter what you're on. The Fire Sale, it's just overall really good. Obviously, if you use it with Immolation Liquidation, you can get pretty much any gun you want out from the box. You don't really have to rely too much on RNG because box spins are only going to be 10 points for the next 30 seconds. So it is just very useful. I also like it because it puts the box in every single location on the map, so you and your team get the benefits from this drop, not just your personal benefits and whatnot. And there's never like a wrong time to pick up an immolation liquidation or a fire sale, because it's always just useful to spin the box to just get better weapons if you can. So for that, I'm going to be putting it at the number 4 spot. Coming in for our number 3 spot, we have the Perk Bottle that you can get. Mainly the one on Buried or any of the Black Ops 3 maps where you can get an extra perk slot is also just very useful. Obviously, the Perk Bottle, giving you another perk is a very, very huge thing, especially when you already have 4 and you pick it up to get a 5th perk for free without having to go spend in anything else to get a new perk slot or whatnot from a Gobblegum. So for that, I definitely think it deserves very high up on the list because obviously perks are very useful, but I can't place it really much higher because once you get like a perkaholic or you get all the perks on the map, a perk bottle drop isn't going to do anything for you. So for that, I'm going to keep it on number 3. It still is incredibly useful and very, very cool to have whenever you do get one, but can't place it much higher. Now, coming in for our top 2 placements, coming in at number 2, we're going to have the Bonfire Sale, specifically the Bonfire one where you can get the Pack-a-Punch price reduced down to 1,000 points. This one obviously is just very useful. I think the only 2 maps you can get it on is Classified and 5 from BO4, or if you're just playing any BO4 map in general, I think there's an elixir that you can use to spawn it into the map. Not entirely sure on that one, but again, a Bonfire Sale, there's like a really good reason why it's only on a very few maps and very hard to get. It is just an overall very good power up, especially on BO4 where it also reduces the price to double Pack-a-Punch your weapon multiple times. It's very helpful for that as well. Gets you really set up very early in the rounds, and overall could just be a very huge game changer power up that you can pick up. So for that, I'm going to put it at number 2. Alright, now coming in for our number 1 spot, this should be no surprise to anyone who's ever played zombies in their life ever. It's going to be the max ammo. Now max ammo, it's pretty much useful regardless of whatever situation you're in. Let's say you're on like round 50 and you're fully out of ammo with everything, and that's just kind of the drop that you want, really. Nothing much else. And it's also really helpful because it refills all your monkey bombs, your Gersh devices, all those grenades as well. Just overall, I don't think there's ever going to be a drop that's more useful than it. It's just the most stereotypical drop that you need for zombies because you're killing zombies with the gun. And what do you need in your gun to get those zombies killed? Ammo. So for that, I don't think anything else is going to be at the number 1 spot. So this is where it's going to be. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I know this one was probably a little bit of a shorter one compared to all the other videos that I've done in the past so far. Still had a lot of fun making this one, though. I think I'm going to try and do shorter content for the most part now. I'm going to make a video explaining about why I'm probably going to slow down the uploads a little bit in the coming weeks and whatnot. I still do like making videos and whatnot. Still want to try and upload as much content as possible, especially towards zombies related content because I do love this game. So if you guys did enjoy, definitely leave a like, subscribe, do all of that. Stay tuned for the next video as I explain some more stuff about that. And yeah, I have nothing much else to say, so peace.